Again,
welcome.
I just want to say Luke Stock was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But my question is, I know when I'm watching TV or a movie and I see something really asinine, I just think the Mythbusters have to try that. So I kind of wonder, are you guys the same way, or are you able to turn off the Mythbuster and enjoy things?
No. Every night there's an email chain that goes between us. This must be tried. Do this now. Say something ridiculous or something fun or something stupid. We think the same thing. The Mythbusters should. Oh, we're the Mythbusters. Awesome.
Your wife isn't like, can you please leave the myth busting at work and bring it home?
And take off that Batman suit.
And I open it up. I've got a Wookiee underneath.
Pull out your lightsaber, honey. It's purple.
It just got real. It just got real in there. Stuff is real, right?
It Just Got Real in Here is the name of my Bon Jovi cover band.
Nice! I like you. Mr. Wayne.
Of course.
It's wearing a Batman shirt.
Oh, yeah. Guys, love the show. Grant, love Jeff Peterson.
Thank you.
This is for those of you with progeny. Has your view of your job changed since having children? Like more dangerous, gotta tone it down, or at all, or changed at all?
Well, I don't know my children, so.
You will meet them.
Son! I'm just kidding, you're way too old.
Not for me, but she's still very little, so I haven't had a lot of time to be dangerous yet. But,
I sold my motorcycle as soon as I found out my wife was pregnant. I got rid of the motor. That was they're called donor cycles in a hospital for a reason. But there's a perception that we do really dangerous things on the show, and the fact is actually we don't do them unless we pretty darn sure we're going to live through it. We have a fantastic safety company. The insurance company freaks out almost on a daily basis as to what we send them, but the guy who talks to them for us used to talk to them for Jackass and for Fear Factor. He's also the guy that he's been supervising us for a long time, and he supervised the water slide Wipeout and gave us the mindset to just fling our bodies through the air like that. And we really take great pains not only to be as safe as possible, but also to demonstrate how seriously we're taking the things. That's why you see the EMTs. It's why we're always standing behind bulletproof glass. It's why we leave a building between us and the thing that's blowing up.
we work with FBI, bomb squad, fire. Like we have experts around us that are going to keep us safe. The things that are really going to get you is like if somebody doesn't clean up the shop and you trip over something. That's when you're actually going to get hurt. You can't control that.
Or if you just fail to clean up the shop.
Thank you very much. Another question. What's your name, sir? Steve. Hey, Steve. Wow, fan base.
He's a Steve.
He's a Steve. So anyways, I had one question. Actually, this was a thought that I had earlier this week, and I was going to do on the message board, but I was like, wait a second, I'm going to Comic-Con, so... just a little background info for you guys. Yeah.
Yes, Kari is married. Yes. Tori's not. He's right. I'm not.
Sorry, guy, girlfriend. Anyways,
Steve's gonna have a panel later.
So I think you guys better bust the myth of his girlfriend. What? You're not thinking it. Don't turn on me. Hey, you outside or something? No, I can't fight, please. No, I was actually wondering, because I had this idea. I was actually playing the game Assassin's Creed. Very good. A lot of people played it. And even though it's definitely a fiction, there's been a lot of historical facts that have been put into it. Like, for example, there were Templars and there were a group of assassins, and they did some crazy things. My question is, perhaps if we were to try to see if it's possible to do some stuff in there, like for example, the faith, which is like when you jump from a 2-story, 3-story cathedral, on top of the cathedral, into a stack of hay. Like I'm sure some nights are lethal. So just to condense this dissertation, could you bust anything on Assassin's Creed, like video game?
Actually, We have a couple of stories from video games that have been on the list for a long time. One of the ones which I really love, we've called this Nintendo versus Pro, just as a placeholding name. But the idea is of taking a kid who's just got his driver's license and training him on like the Sears Point Raceway in a Formula 3 car. And seeing if the training in the video game is good enough to make him able to compete in an actual Formula 3 on that. And actually, the physics simulators in the games there's a lot of material there. And there's at some point there will be a video game special, totally.
Yeah. I would tease you, Steve. That was actually a fantastic question.
By the way, Steve, just so you know, on the plane with us coming out here was a guy from Ubisoft, right? Gave me his email, so he had exactly the same question as you. So I'm going to contact him and we'll see what we can do.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Wait, have you ever had like 2,000 people say your name at once? 1, 2, 3.
Hi, my 7th grade teacher. That didn't happen. My 7th grade teacher used your videos all the time to teach us about everything. But one of my best friend Tori's wants to know: have you ever proved a myth and like swore to death that you did something wrong and you really want to go back and try to see if you can make it the way you wanted it to?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We probably the best example of that is we did a myth a few years ago called Sniper Scope, which involved a famous Vietnam-era sniper named, I'm serious, Carlos Halfcock III. Don't make fun of snipers. We supposedly shot an enemy combatant through his scope and killed him, like shooting him in the eye. And we got a scope, we got a rifle, and we shot it, and we busted it. And then we made snipers very mad. And, you know, it's like that Onion headline, like sniper. So it turned out actually that we had used the wrong scope, so a fan sent us the right scope. We had used the wrong ammo. A fan sent us an unopened box of ammo from Vietnam from the year this supposedly happened. And we put it all together, and we actually proved that it was true. We proved we were totally wrong, and as fast as we possibly could.
That must be really fascinating, because if you're on a show like the CW or whatever, they might just be like, your character's dumb. But for you, you'll get an entire like 300-page thesis on breakdowns of where you messed up. I mean, that must be hard, but also enlightening at the same time.
No, some of them are amazing. We get lovely, lovely messages from people explaining how our methodology was flawed. But the creepiest ones, have you guys gotten stuff about the torture episode? I've gotten some anonymous emails about the torture episode going, y'all did the water drop wrong when we tried it, and then gives this just this dark place, like I'm reading an Eli Roth movie script.
Well, I mean, the only way to prove that one is, you know, it is called torture. I mean, we would have to torture us.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like that episode very much.
The thing was, after we had tested this myth, a guy came in who had actually been a prisoner of war and had been tortured, and we told him what we were doing in an interview, and he just looked at us and was like, what's wrong with you people? I can't believe you did that. And we all just kind of were like, oh man, we really screwed up here.
This is one also where these guys go into the interview to ask him some questions, and they all come out and go, I think maybe we're treating this a little lightly.
Yeah. I think maybe we have time for 1 or 2 more questions. I know, I'm sorry. I wish we could be here for hours.
I know.
Only in an hour. I really need to.